It's that time once again, round 8 of Realm of Racing here tonight at the Hungaroring. A technical circuit, especially through Sector 2, where you almost need to hold a surgical line to maximize your speed. Such a flowing circuit that should create some exciting racing tonight, especially with the championship battles. Still super close with the top 2, only separated by 4 points. And with me as always, my boy Hunter. How you doing tonight?
Yes, sir. And as you mentioned, the championship only separated by 4 points. David on 84 points right now. Total Carney on 80 after that win last week. Coming back from his spin. Gelfie on 66 points. Canadian on 64. Azure on 63. And as you go down the order, the gaps get a little bit bigger, but they close up as you get towards P7 to P10. But yeah, I mean it's very close right now, as you just said. David and Carney obviously only 4 points. 3 points really separates Gelfie.
The rear, everybody's kind of tight at that rear back through like 11 through 5 or 7 area. You know, I mean that's not too big of a gap even through there.
Well, it looks like Rua just has a little bit of an off. He went a little bit too wide on turn, but like they're kind of having a little bit of gaggle up there.
Yeah, qualifying should be pretty interesting this time because there's not a whole lot of space on the track to get out of people's. It's like Milky's already on a hot lap.
Down the hill. Forward with him.
Cuts across the corner. See if he can carry the speed through here.
Avoids the curve on the inside. I mean, it's first laps, so you don't want to take it too crazy on these first laps, but it is better to actually take that curve on that uphill. I believe it's turn 6 or turn 4.
Take the inside.
Yeah.
I think it would be 4. You're right, because the chicane would be 6 and 7. Right. I think.
Ooh. So okay, he's having a little bit of a moment.
Does not invalidate.
Yeah, somehow finesses the system.
Yeah, no, that whole little sector 2, I feel like it's so crucial. Which, like most tracks, you know, every part of the lap is crucial to your time. But that part, if you mess up one little corner there, you're gonna mess up a few corners in a row, though.
No doubt. Milky gets a 116.0. Groovy on top of the leaderboards, as we've seen him a lot the last couple of weeks with a 115.5. And it is fair to remind everyone that we do have Bio back in the championship. He has obviously had a reset of points since he is returning, but he's returning in the Ferrari. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see him back, former race winner in this season.
Yeah, and he was just starting to come on pretty good too, and had some unfortunate internet issues, but
yeah,
should
it looks
be
like
back.
He'll be partnering routine now, so we'll see what those two can do moving forward. Looks like he's actually on a hot lap as we speak.
Yeah, let's see how he approaches here, because I see what you're saying. You want to take some of this curb. He takes a little bit.
A lot of people avoiding it. It almost looks like he's not pushing, because that line looked a little bit suspect. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and is that...
Side.
Could not see if that was Jaden.
Makes the chicane very tidy, though. Ooh, almost kicks it too wide, but he keeps it in bounds. Able to do towards these last 2 corners. These 2 of the hardest corners. Very hard to judge how much speed to carry into these corners.
Yeah, a lot of people take different lines around that last corner to carry up the speed.
Right, Bio goes P3 with a 115.7.
So still a pretty good time there for Bio, showing.
Yeah, showing some good pace on his return. Only 2/10 behind the current provisional pole time. David, Gelfie, Krusty Ortiz, Burton, Canadian Necktie all still yet to put in a lap. I know David likes to do some, I want to say weird strategies, an interesting strategy, so it'll be fun to see what he decides to come out and do later on. Tails, unfortunately, only putting in a 141. Maybe that was just a cider lap. Looks like he's on another now.
Yeah, it looks. I can already see some incidents where some drivers are not happy. A few drivers getting blocked there, going into the pits. The Mercedes, Vapor and TC almost coming together on the hot lap, and looked like one of the drivers was a little upset there about it afterwards, but all good, no foul.
Canadian goes P2 with a 115.59, so 400s behind group. TC goes third.
Times are starting to roll in. Top 5. That's a big variety of times there, from a 115 all the way to a 119. So yeah, this track so technical. Some people can hook it up very well. Some still struggle with it.
Yeah, but in fairness, our top 5 still extremely close. Only 3/10 separating all of them, and even once you get to P6, P6 to P10, again, about 2/10 separating them. So the gap's still pretty damn close. So.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
See, yeah, I think some boys will definitely be in there up to improve. As Tails actually goes P7, so yeah, that must have been tighter.
And J-Mick continues to struggle. I see him turn. He was going backwards on the track, and that was a one-way street.
Unfortunately for J-Mick, having struggles this week at a track that I can say I've personally had a very good battle with him.
Yeah, and the tires are super heat. He spins again, just trying to push now.
Too easy to do that. We both know.
Yeah, once the tires, big save there. Once the tires are lit up, you have to back off for quite a while. It looks like Gelfie just started his hot lap.
No.
No, yeah, I was about to say, no, now he's not pushing. Yeah, he is not pushing, though. That's interesting. He did a first lap, but yeah, just didn't feel right.
See, it looks like Tito's on a lap here. Going into the third sector now. This combo of corners can be so difficult for some people. It takes it a little bit wide. Same for the last corner. He takes it wide, but he comes back on himself and he hits the apex very nicely. Tidy from Tito. Doesn't improve though. Maybe that was the start of his lap. Looks like. So who's in front of? Like Tails is ahead of.
Yeah, it looks like Nat. Oh no, Nat is invalidated and routine. They're both just invalidated. So.
Yeah, looks like Bio just made a pretty big mistake.
Yeah, I see a lot of people giving way, letting the fastest cars go by, but then they invalidate not too long after it. It's such a tight track to give space.
It is tough, yeah, but yeah, 18 cars on the track. It'd definitely be tough to find some space.
And you know everybody is trying to get this, get their times in. Qualifying so important here. Even though I still think that we'll see some overtakes tonight, but this is a track that normally
it can be difficult. Yeah. You know, I think the only caveat to that is I think if you do have the advantage of pace over somebody, I think if you can just manage, I think it's mainly about as Groovy actually improves a couple of events to improve his advantage in the race for pole, but I still just think it's not impossible to overtake here.
No, there's plenty of corners too,
and there's tons of space for you to try to force a mistake. If you're on the gearbox of somebody though, if you have that big of a pace advantage, I think you'll be able to get past. It's just a matter of maybe you run into somebody who has a very fast car on the straights. Maybe they're not using the full 11-11 like most people are. You might have some difficulties there if somebody's quick on a straight, but I don't think that'll be a problem for guys. I think most of them
No,
are using
no.
near the same setup.
No, I agree. I think there will still be plenty of overtakes. There's still a lot of overtake opportunities, especially for the game. In real life, this track potentially not as many, but in game though, there's definitely a lot more.
Canadian's on a very tidy lap. Interested to see if he's able to improve to possibly beat Groovy, because yeah, this lap is looking very, very good so far.
Down into fifth. Let's see. One downshift for that corner. Runs a little bit wide though.
He's invalidated his lap there, so yeah, he was pushing very hard.
Yeah, just a minor lift on that corner and one downshift, but it was not enough.
It looked like David went off and then pulled a nice little drift right in front of Canadian. That was kind of dope because he turned the car like the perfect amount. He total carney going through the last corner now. I don't know if he's on a lap or it looks like he is finishing up a lap here. Goes pole of 1:15.1.
He does go pole. Very nice lap.
Groovy, I mean, he improved his time by a lot. It was like a 5/10 improvement there from TC. So he must have had a lot of time in hand there from his first run. Doing a little bit of lawn cutting now. Get out of the way of other.
It's a very expensive lawnmower.
Right. Yeah, Canadian.
Tails was just had a very nice lap going, and then that middle chicane, 6 and 7, just hit the bump and just completely upset the rear end.
Yeah, that chicane could really spit you out. If you hit the curves wrong, it definitely spit you out into a weird way. I'm seeing the McLaren off the road again and just have it struggle after struggle after struggle, making sure he doesn't get in the way of it.
Gonna have to wait for 2 Red Bulls to pass by now.
Yeah, both Red Bulls down in 12th and 13th. They're usually a little bit higher up, but we'll see what they can do. Rua's kind of had a hard couple of weeks, just with incidents and stuff like that. So hopefully he can get back on track. Taking a very tight line.
Yeah, which I'm kind of surprised to see. David is all the way back in P15.
Now, we've seen this before, though. We've seen David either go for the medium strategy and struggle on it, or really save like all of his pace in the bag for his last lap. So
yeah, it comes on strong at the end.
Yeah,
sure.
I think we'll see David put in a lap here soon. He's in the pits right now, so he's set up perfectly to be able to get back out there and do another lap. So we'll see.
Oh, he does throw on the softs. Yeah, I did see it change to softs right then. Looks like Gelfie just started one again now.
I think Azure is also on one. We did miss Nat and Bio both hit Canadian in that top 5 race. So Nat in P3 just up 200ths behind Groovy, and Bio in P4, the former teammate of Canadian Necktie. So see here, interested to see what can Azure
and Canadian goes right back to P1.
The 141. I don't think he'll have time to put in another lap, so it'll be up to Groovy and Carney and Nat to try to beat that time.
Yeah, so the times are starting to drop for sure. They're super close. That's even all the way back to P8, and both Williams up there under 115 as Gelfie comes in again.
So Azure goes up to P7 after he just put in that lap time.
Now I missed that. Somehow J-Mick jumped all the way up there too,
yeah,
to P3.
I missed that as well. Oh, he looks like he was going for a back-to-back lap and he's just invalidated. Let's see who else is on a fast one. Wait, Azure is done for the session, I think. A lot of people on their out lap. Thunder might be. It looks like he's invalidated.
Yeah, he's invalidated. Yeah, I can't tell if Tito. Oh yeah, Tito's on the out lap.
I think no. Well, for me it says Tito's not on the out lap.
Oh, okay.
But maybe you might be right though. It doesn't necessarily seem to be
No,
pushing
now
full.
it
I'm not sure.
no, I think I read it wrong. I said 0 laps. It's not an out lap. I think he is pushing. Yeah, DRS is open.
But
See
yeah, he's
what he
gonna jump up
does.
to
He does go
P7.
to P7.
Not a bad lap there from Tito. 1:15.6. So still only about a half second off of that pole time. Not bad from Tito. Tail starting a lap here as well. Like everybody's about to start a lap now.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get in one last lap. The session's about to end. 10 seconds left.
It doesn't look like Canadian and J-Mick are going to get out, so they are done for the session.
Hoping somebody has had an incident. AlphaTauri has had an incident.
Let's see Burton. Ooh, it looks like Rua has retired. Pushing a little bit too hard on turn 4, yeah. On the uphill turn. Oh, he's right in the middle of the track. Milky's going to have to avoid him. Oh, that's so unlucky. He's going to spin himself.
Yeah, now oh no.
Yeah, he had to take that wide line.
Mm-hmm.
That was very unfortunate for him. Tails goes up to pole. 1:15.
Yeah,
Oh.
Super tidy lap right there for Tails. So
Routine not able to improve. Biohazard takes pole by 3 thousandths. 1:15.067. I think this is David coming around.
It's probably the closest gap.
David only good enough for P11.
I was gonna say, and so he will still have tire choices. Nat almost spins it there. So
I think Groovy's gonna abandon this lap possibly. It doesn't really look like he's pushing that hard. Maybe I'm wrong. It always looks like they might not be pushing. Until they put in that time. What can Groovy do? Not that he ties Canadian with a 1:15.141. So he's gonna be in P4.
Wow, so this is
Milky into the
super
pits.
tight.
Isn't gonna finish that lap obviously after spinning. Carney into the pits. So wow, I mean,
The top two within 3 thousandths, and then
top
3 and
5
4
within a
tie.
The
Exactly.
top 5,
Yeah.
wow.
No, this is super tight. Super tight.
So yeah, I mean, just like last race where we had a super tight battle between, you know, TC and our top 4, Canadian, and whoever else was in that battle, I think we're going to see the same thing here again. This is going to be very, very close. It's going to be very close. But yeah, I think everybody should be done. Ruby kind of looking like he's not. Maybe that's his bot. Oh yeah, so everybody does have the finish line. The checkered finish line emblem. So yeah, that'll do it for our qualifying session. So Bio taking pole on his return. I'm sure he's going to be feeling pretty good about that. I mean, no reason not to. Tails in P2, Canadian in P3, Groovy P4, Carney in P5, J-Mick in P6, Nat in P7, Tito in P8, Azure in P9, Milky P10, David, the championship leader, in P11. So he's in a very good spot to possibly, you know, slap on some mediums and undercut a lot of people. Not Vapor in 12th, Routine in 13th, Gelfie in 14th, Thunder in 15th, Rua unfortunately down in 16th, C. Burton and Krustier T wrapping out our grid in 17th and 18th. So this is going to be close. This is going to be close, especially if we get some weather in here. We don't know what's coming, but this is going to be close. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't remember seeing a gap that tight in the
It's
qualifying
been a
right
little
there.
while.
That is...
I feel like it was like round 1 was very, very close like this, but I mean, top 5 all within a tenth. This isn't something you see very often. So fair
two
enough, man. Fair
people,
enough to the
three,
guys.
third and fourth tying. I don't remember seeing two people with the same qualifying time either,
Now
and then
that I haven't
almost
seen.
pole
Not in this
almost
game,
identical times as well.
yeah. Yeah, it's extremely, extremely close. Literally, just it's so marginal. Those 0.003 of a second is so marginal when you look at it on track. Just a little bit less braking, or a little bit more throttle, like a little earlier throttle, just could have been the difference. So.
Mm-hmm. No, it's so marginal. It's almost hard to see.
I think it is. Yeah, it's impossible to see really from a naked eye when it's that close. Even I think when it gets into the tenths, I think it's pretty hard to see from the eye.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I mean it's why we love this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, yeah, this should be a good one. Yeah, David, I almost can assure he's definitely going to throw on a set of mediums, being starting from P11, and I imagine he's going to push the mediums like we've seen to the breaking point.
Yeah. No, I imagine he's going to do the same. I would definitely imagine we're going to see him up towards the top end of the running once these soft guys go into the pits, and possibly see him being a nuisance towards some of the leaders, him trying to hold up guys, whatever the case might be. So, yeah, no, he's going to be on an interesting strategy. Let me pull up the tires, actually.
Yeah, no, the 11 back all start on mediums.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured that would happen. It's probably the smart option to go onto what I would imagine for them will be a medium hard, and what I imagine for the soft guys will be a soft to hard. But the soft to hard isn't necessarily all that easy to do. I do think a medium to hard is the better strategy in terms of just being able to outright push. So see what happens. Yeah, David's going to be in a good position. I think he might, knowing David, he might try to make a medium soft happen. I don't know how he would make that happen, but knowing
well,
him,
I mean, he could run. We've seen him run 30 laps on him, so for all we know, he might pit with a few laps to go and slap a set of softs on there. But
I mean, I just want to flash the constructors up really quick again, just to show this is big for the championship as well. Gelfi being down in 14th. Corny being in 5th, both of the Alpha Tauri, or both the Alfa Romeos, if they can have a good race here, both of these guys, then I mean they can make massive inroads, especially in the constructors. Port Alpine, they're about 21 points behind, so they could make that up here if things stay the same. Obviously, we know things are not about to stay the same though over this next 35 laps. Actually, we've seen Canadian get great starts in this league. We've seen Groovy get some good starts as well. As far as getting into the grid spots.
yeah, everybody's getting ready. Once again, the revs start to rise. The lights are about to go out.
I think we're
and
away.
We're underway.
The top three gets away well.
Start. Bio does get away good. Canadians side.
Bio's not even going to need to cover here. Everything's okay through turn 1.
To the inside.
3 wide by some of these guys. The Mercedes, the McLaren, and the Alpine. 3 wide still. Oh, McLaren getting pushed out wide. That's going to get the job done on the inside.
J-Vic's going to think about dipping all the way around. Can he cut back on TC here? No, he cannot.
It's been a hectic first couple of laps. TC loses a position.
No, a good start there. Bio, a great initial jump.
Yeah, he got a great jump on both Tails and Canadian. Canadian, oh, we have a VSC. Who is that for? That's the Mercedes. That's not Sir Vapor. He's DNF'd.
Oh, no. Did not catch what happened, but
so that's a
definitely...
very early VSC, so the pack obviously still very close, and a lot of time can be made up in these VSCs. Don't get that twisted. And these VSCs do last a lot longer as well. I think it's much more viable this year to pit under VSCs than it was last year. They're much longer this year, in my opinion. As we're already back to racing, as I say that.
I was good. Yes. So Bio gets a good jump once again already. Tails right behind, or Canadian right behind Tails, followed by Groovy and Nat, top 5.
Everybody makes it through turn 1 cleanly, it looks like. But David's actually lost 2 positions. He's down into 13th. I don't know what's happened there. So no positions really. I mean, Nat the biggest winner really. He's gained 2 positions. TC's lost 1, and J-Mick have obviously lost 1 as well. Milky up 1 position into P9. Jor dropping down to P10. Gelfie up 3 positions into P11. So who's our highest medium runner right now? I believe it is still Gelfie.
Gelfie.
Yeah.
Yes, so he's still P11. Yeah, everybody's still pretty much running single file right now.
Yeah, this top 3 all within about a half second of each other. Nat, the only one dropping back, and I feel like TC is going to be really upset with himself for losing this position, because he might definitely start losing time to the leaders if Nat can't also hold that gap.
Yeah, DRS should be enabled right now. Let's see how close they are.
Yeah, we'll
TC gets a good exit.
Towards the end of the lap, and yeah, TC still just sitting behind Nat at the moment. These boys are still very close. The biggest gap is actually David. I think David must have an issue, because look how far back he is from Gelfie.
Yeah,
that gap is pretty big.
Back.
I don't see any damage on the wing, but you never know. He might have some floor damage. Might have got hit from behind. I got hit from behind today in my league race. My first time with gearbox damage. It didn't feel too bad though, honestly. I don't think it made a huge difference. I didn't do too hot in the league race though, so maybe it did.
Yeah, side pod damage sometimes can be an issue for sure.
I think side pod damage and floor damage. Ooh, as Canadian, I saw him go wide and he picks up a penalty already pretty early on. But yeah, no, I think side pod damage and floor damage definitely something you don't want to pick up. Yeah, it's more significant for sure. We're seeing a pretty intense battle now here between Tails and Bio, because Bio is not getting the space, and Tails is gonna have the DRS here. He might be close enough to steal this lead. We know Bio is being a great defender.
He's gonna cut back.
He's going around the outside.
He
goes deep. He goes deep. Bio keeps the position.
Good defense. TC does get around Nat.
Trying to go around the outside again. He's going to have the space for it. They're going to bash wheels a little bit.
And Bio's going to run.
Oh, they're so close to each other. He's not going to be able to get this position. Great defense from Bio, but he's not going to get the greatest of exits. This is great racing from the two boys.
This brings Canadian right back into it for sure. Canadian's right there.
Right, and you're exactly right. And we missed it, but TC got past Nat, so this is also going to possibly bring him back into the fold as well. Ruby trying to force Canadian into a mistake, but nobody budging.
Super, super tight through there. Wow.
Yeah, I think Tails being a little bit over aggressive there. I mean, he was in the right to go for the move, but just a little bit too late on the brakes. He went pretty deep there, and Bio was able to keep that position, and then just great.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they touched more than once, or if that was only
kind of
once,
a Mick Schumacher, Verstappen-esque, you know, like little tire tap, but nothing. I don't think that would give damage. But here comes Tails again.
He's coming again. Such a good exit.
Bio had some good straight line though, but I don't think Bio's going to be able to defend this one. They're so close to the back of each other. Yes, Tails is going to get the job done. He's also going to have DRS to help him get away. And now Canadian right on the back of Bio. I mean, this top four.
Alfa Romeos are looking very, very racy.
Very racy indeed, yes. And I can see TC now coming in the back of the picture. He is definitely catching these boys. He's now within 8/10. So We've
like
got a
you're
battle
saying,
on our hands for this top 5. It's going to be interesting once the pit stops start coming in.
like you mentioned, TC got by Nat in a hurry like he needed to because Nat has already fell back 2 seconds to these top 5.
Yeah, he's definitely not quite carrying the pace as he's just gotten a little bit squirrely out of the S's, but keeps it together. But yeah, just couldn't hold TC behind him. And yeah, now we're seeing what I feel like we've almost been robbed of almost all season because we've always had an incident or something kind of hold us back from getting this type of battle. It's kind of unfortunate maybe that it's on this track, but nonetheless, I'd love to see it from this top 5. I mean, they're wheel-to-wheel racing. Crusty T picks up a penalty, but yeah, these boys separated by literally just one mistake.
Yeah, Bio is so lucky he still has DR. He has a big of a little bit of upset in the rear there too on the curbs, but DRS is helping him because Canadian is right there every time, but he's gonna have to make up a little bit more time first before I think he's gonna be able to make the move.
Yeah, it's something I've already noticed is, I mean, Bio obviously making his return maybe with the regs. It looks like he's losing some time now to Tails, but something I already noticed is that whenever somebody would pull out to the side of Bio, he would have this burst of speed, and it just looks like straight line wise, he definitely has the speed to hold off these guys. So it might be a little bit difficult to get past him, but it looks like he's gonna lose the DRS possibly. This lap has Tails DNFs.
Is out. He is out. Hits the wall. Once again, as he was leading at Monaco, and loses the race.
His tires rolling down the track right now. I've never seen that. Wow. So he spent maybe half a lap as the leaders all go into the pits. Everybody into the pits now. Wow.
Reminiscent of Monaco when I think I can't remember who him and Necktie were battling. I can't remember if he had the lead or was it second, and just lost control.
That's unfortunate. Gelfie chooses to stay out, it looks like, because he's going to stay out on the mediums, stick to his strategy. Probably the better thing to do if you're on the mediums at the moment. It's probably a little bit too early to mess up your strategy right now. So
yeah, so Routine and Thunder all jump up.
So Groovy puts on the hards. Carney puts
Canadian
on the hards
as well. Bio throws mediums on.
Let's see, and Nat also throws the mediums on. Those mediums definitely won't last to the end of the race. So I think maybe
yeah, no, we still got 28 laps left, so.
So nobody left on the softs after that round of pit stops. And yeah, Thunder running in P4 now. Gelfie running in the lead. I mean, this might really mess up the strategy for the leaders on those soft, anybody on the soft strategy really. That pit stop did not come out at a favorable time, I don't think, but we'll see here. Obviously, maybe I'm wrong here. I think it was possibly too early.
I was gonna say no. You would
feel very good at the end.
Yeah, I hope they extended that first stint a little bit longer, but
yeah.
But we'll see though, because never know. There could be more safety cars, though, like we've seen.
So yeah, the front 5 obviously all on mediums. Bio now retakes the lead, and he's in the provisional lead. He's on mediums, Canadian on hards, Groovy on hards, TC on hards, and Nat Jamick deciding to go with the mediums. So having a little bit of a split in strategy here now. So I'm very interested. This is already starting to spice up. Somebody's in the pits, and it looked like they might have had crashed in the pits.
And Routine, yeah, did he spin into the pits?
I think he might have.
So that's interesting why he decided to pit then.
They're not changing the wing. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. Maybe he just did. Maybe he just wanted to put on the hards.
Yeah, went ahead and just. Yeah.
Yeah, taking a look at penalties. 3 seconds to Canadian, 3 seconds to Tito, and 3 seconds to Krusty T.
So I would imagine the safety car should end this lap.
It should. Yeah, I would think so as well. I mean, yeah,
so
Bio might be in trouble here if we don't get another safety car. I think those mediums are a little bit sketchy. Obviously, he'll be racy right now, but
because I feel like, especially with Gelfie and through Thunder there, with the mediums, they're only 7 laps old. The mediums that they have are not worn yet. They're still going to be fairly racy for a little bit.
Right, I agree. And with the safety car laps as well, be able to cool them down, all that stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, because we ran probably 2 or 3 laps under safety car, which it is coming in this lap.
Yep.
Lights go out on top of that beautiful Mercedes AMG.
Yeah, I'm ready to get back to racing. 8 laps in, and we're gonna get back to racing. So, short safety car, a shuffle of the pack. We're gonna get back to racing here soon with Gelfie leading us off.
Now we'll see what his strategy
is. Oh, he's bolted now. Oh, he's got a great start.
Early.
Oh, he's got a great start.
Oh, and Rua, a little bit of sliding too coming out of that corner, was not ready.
Oh, he's getting swallowed now because of that.
Thunder's gonna go around. Is Bio gonna make the pass too?
Oh, I don't think either one's gonna. Bio's on the inside. He gets the job done on Thunder.
Nice move. Routine able to hold off though, but Bio.
That could be very important for Bio in the later ends of the race. If he's able to get past Rua here, he's going to put 2 cars in between him and Canadian. And that'll be huge for him on those mediums if he can get a gap to be able to possibly pit again. Yeah, he needs to get this job done very quickly. He might do it here.
I was going to say, it looks like he's going to dip down to the inside here. No, too tight of a...
Pulls it back.
And Thunder goes around.
Oh, no, Thunder
gets on the curb and goes around. That's so unfortunate.
Here comes Bio. We have another yellow flag, or well, it looks like it's the same yellow flag from Thunder. Just now being able to get back on track, but Bio is still right on the back as now Canadian gets past. Well, no, that was Thunder spinning, actually. I'm sorry. That allowed Groovy and Canadian to get ahead. But here comes Bio on the inside.
I was about to say, he looks like he's going to dip for it. He's got plenty of speed this time. No DRS needed.
Yeah, he's going to get that job done.
Does make the move stick.
Canadian right there on the back of him still, though. Canadian needs to try to follow through, but it might have to be a lap later. So here comes Bio. Bio's going to have to try to close this gap on Gelfie.
Yes, Canadian goes by as well.
Yeah, Canadian got the job done. Not the most. Oh, Rua looks like he's left the session. Possibly some internet struggles, and Tails is what? Well, Tails had the DNF. The Red Bull looks like he's just gone past.
It looks like Groovy and him had a little bit of contact there.
Oh, shit. Okay, sorry. Who just left?
It was Tails, I believe. Yeah, so they're still super tight through here. As the Mercedes and Rua touch, and Nat's gonna lose 2 or 3 positions there.
Oh yeah, so I didn't catch that. I was inviting Rua and Tails back to the session if they need to, but here comes the Mercedes going into the pits. He goes deep. He's almost missed it.
Almost yeah, he definitely got damage from that. Tried to make a very aggressive move on the Red Bull, and they definitely come together.
Milky. No, he's not going to be able to get it done on the Haas. The Haas might be able to get the job done on Rua, though.
And
a little bit.
Try to make
yes, he gets the job done. Rua's losing so much time.
Beautiful overtake there from the Williams.
Oh, Rua's going to try to stick it out with David. David's around the outside. What a move.
Yeah, so Rua is just getting gobbled up now. He's probably has some kind of damage. It looked like him and Nat when they came together.
Yeah, definitely some damage there from him. Now, where is Groovy? Okay, so Groovy's still in P4, but he's lost quite a bit of time to the leaders. Canadian and Bio both obviously quite a bit up the road, and I knew those overtakes would make a pretty big difference. Virtual safety car, I wonder what that's for. Not sure, I don't see a stopped car on track.
I was gonna say, I see Thunder coming into the pits, but that was the only car I see.
Yeah,
oh, Thunder does not have a wing. Okay, so Thunder's changing the front wing. Had another incident. It's a Bio and Canadian right there on the back of Gelfi.
Here we go, back to green already. Oh my gosh, they're so close.
Bio with the, I was gonna say Bio with a good start there.
He might go for it here.
Dip down?
Yes, he is.
And he tries to make the move stick. I can't see him. They don't think they come together. Beautiful overtake
no contact
there by Bio.
Canadian might, he might try to go for it. I don't think so. He's gonna pull out.
That's a beautiful move there by the Ferrari. Just send it in there.
Yeah, no, great move from Bio. Bio showed some great racing on his debut back. And will Canadian be able to get past Gelfi as well? Or will Bio run away with this? Because he's already put on a huge gap, about a 1.3 second gap.
Yeah, but Canadian with them hard tires, he is still keeping up. So racy on them tires right now.
We don't know what's going to happen with him on those hards. He's going to send it on the inside. He's going to get the job done, maybe. They're still side by side here. Space is left. A little bit of contact, maybe. Canadian pulls out, but he gets the better exit. He could wait here. He's going to go on the inside. Who's going to get the better exit?
Such great racing here. Wheel to wheel around multiple corners.
DRS for Canadian. He's going to get the job done easily there. That was great racing from the two of them. So look at this, though. 2.4 seconds already put on Canadian. So he's going to have some time to make up here. Obviously also having a 3-second penalty. So we'll see if he's able to possibly catch Bio in a mistake here. Bio might have to pit again. We will see. And also, we got to mention also Groovy catching the back of Gelfi too. So they'll be on the back of Gelfi here probably within a couple of laps.
Yeah, it looks like he's within DRS. So
maybe even this lap.
As David and Milky are having quite a little tussle too back here, and Tito.
Yeah, I think David, knowing how important it is for him to stay in the race, get points, because, Canadian picks up another penalty. That's 6 seconds total, so that's going to be very tough for him to make a battle for the win with those.
Helping out Bio every second there.
Yeah, David's just trucking along, sticking behind Milky right now. Milky also behind Tito, so he's going to get the DRS. He might actually be able to be close enough to get a move done here. We'll see what type of exit he gets.
Ruby did make the move stick.
Yeah, that's a good exit here.
Very easy move.
Will he be able to get this done? Going around the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Tito runs a little wide.
They're still side by side.
DRS again.
Yep, Milky's going to be on the inside for this one. He's going to get the job done. He goes a little bit wide, though. Keeps it planted.
Keeps the car, keeps the speed up. Beautiful overtake.
Yeah, Tito.
He's probably. David's going to look to try to make this move as quick as he can, too.
Yeah, TC as well. I mean, he's sitting in 6th place behind J-Mick, so not in the best of positions right now. TC, he probably would have wanted to be further up, but I mean, he's still probably in a good position, as I think him and J-Mick just made contact. I'm not sure there. It was a little bit weird. I think J-Mick lagging a little bit per usual, so yeah, TC gonna have a little bit of a fun time getting past J-Mick.
Milky has a moment there, and it's like Tito's right back on the gearbox once again.
Yeah, Milky's not gonna have DRS obviously either, so Tito might be able to put a move on here because of that mistake. He's gonna go to the outside. think Milky's going to be able to keep it here as long as he gets a good exit. Going to be close. Tito might look down the inside. Not quite.
Yeah, has to hold back.
Oh, Milky with another moment.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky to keep that position, honestly. He's going wide again.
They
Yellow flag. Looks like the AlphaTauri. Gets it rolling again. So yeah, I mean P7 to basically P11 I would think is just, I mean they're right on each other, all of them. So this is a big battle for the points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars in this cluster.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah, and Seabird does go ahead and retire the car.
Yeah, he goes into the pits to do so.
Pits. Hopefully the car stays in the pits.
Knowing F1, probably not, but hopefully maybe they fixed it. Oh yeah, it disappeared.
David, once again, still not able to close. He's
going around
super
the outside, maybe, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to Tito. Maybe on the exit, though.
Oh,
he gets a much better exit.
Mistake.
Yeah, Tito made a big mistake there on the exit. Gives David the opportunity to go on the inside. So David threw into P8. And he's on those hards. So.
Who is the McLaren behind them? Is that Thunder? Okay, so Thunder...
Yeah, Thunder is somehow...
A lap.
Yeah,
okay.
he's a lap down. Routine picks up a 3-second.
I just seen the McLaren very racy behind Azure and them, and I was wondering which one it was. So I didn't see his name popping up there.
I think, yeah, so my biggest question here is, can Bio make these mediums last somehow? I don't think he can, but if he's able to do this...
We say a provisional 8-second, Canadian 6 seconds of penalties. He's roughly got 2-second lead, so...
I think he's going to have to fight again. I think somebody like Groovy or maybe even Gelfie or TC could definitely come through and possibly steal the lead, as J-Mick and Gelfie are actually fighting right now. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because yeah, if he does have to go into the pits, then I think Groovy is in a fantastic position to possibly get a win here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even if it was a safety car, I wonder if them hard runners... I know you would prefer to put on new tires, but if you're sitting in a good spot and you feel like you can defend, do you not?
Yeah, it's so tough when you're in the front. You don't know what the people are gonna do behind you. It depends on the gap, I would probably say, because if you can come out maybe 2 or 3 positions from where you were on fresher tires, I would do it.
True.
Even if they're used, you know, from quality, so I would still go for it. So yeah, J-Mick in 4th now. Gelfie must have made a mistake there to lose that position.
Yeah, TC is he? Yeah, Gelfie runs super wide, so he lets TC go by.
Okay, so it looks like
team orders.
Yeah, some team orders, some good teamwork here from the Alpines, knowing that TC could possibly be in for the championship. Obviously, Gelfie being behind him and also David being behind him, if need be. I mean, Gelfie's going to have to pop into the pits here soon. He's on 17-lap old mediums. I think he's got yeah, we're about halfway through, so, I mean, again, we've talked about this before, but is it smart to do, you know, 18 laps and 18 laps on your 2 tires? It's not like necessarily like GT where you're on the same sets tires. There's no soft, medium, hard. You've got to keep that in mind. So maybe, yeah, Gelfie probably running long, but probably needs to hop into the pits here soon. Pop on those hards, because they will feel pretty good towards the end of the race.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah, so not much close of a. I mean, Canadian has dropped that gap down to less than a second now, so that's
Right, so it's probably indicating that those mediums may be going off a little bit. I think it was, what, lap 7? So, yeah,
yeah.
they're
So
on
he's
11.
11 laps.
Yeah, could be going off now. I mean, this is what I was saying. 16 laps to go, and if you're already starting to lose time like this, then it's not looking too hot for you right now. I think he's going to have to stretch this out and try to make it to the point where he can put on some softs.
Yeah, so Milky's still running in front of David as well. That seems to be the closest battle I see on the track.
Yeah, other than maybe Rua and Routine, but that seems to be stretching out a little bit. Oh, we've got to retire. Thunder.
Another yellow flag.
Thunder retires.
Thunder's
It's
on the
another
track.
safety car.
So the safety car does
And
come
Bio
out.
thinking about it. He's going. I could tell he was just thinking about it. He's like, do I do it? Do I do it? And he's going to go in. Canadian choosing to stay out. So this is going to be interesting. Groovy stays out. J-Mick into the pits. TC into the pits. Gelfie into the pits. This is going to work out very nicely for him. Milky stays out, it looks like. Yeah, David stays out. Azure into the pits. Tito into the pits. Routine into the pits.
Yeah, so I almost, just like you were just mentioned, Groovy sitting so pretty for a race win, and he kind of pulled the strategy that I would agree with, not pitting right now and just trying to hold off for these last 15 laps on these hards and see if you can.
But here's the caveat to that: you've now got Bio right behind. I only lost 2 positions.
Bio was in.
So this is what I mean. They had a big enough gap to the point where they wouldn't have lost many positions. They could have.
Okay, I did not see Bio that close. I thought Bio was. I got Routine and his name mixed up right there.
We were saying Bio might be here for a mistake, but the thing is, here now, softs can't last 15 laps. So he's gonna be hoping that the safety car is as long as possible.
If this safety car is about 3 laps,
this is gonna be so close towards the end. Because Bio could easily, I won't say easily, but he could definitely get past both these boys off the jump. But those softs are gonna feel very bad. I wouldn't say that you can maybe take him 9 laps, 10 laps, but this dude's probably gonna end up having to take him about 12 laps. So it's gonna, I think it's gonna be a struggle. Probably
it's gonna be 12. A tall task.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be a tall ask for sure.
And during
especially on this track.
Celestial, it's on you. I need to use the restroom.
You're good. There won't be much action right now. Yeah, as everybody's still getting ready. As Milky did not pit, David did not pit, like Hunter mentioned, so they are still on 13-lap world hards, sitting right there at P4 and P5. So J-Mick and TC and Rua and Gelfie, they're going to try to be looking to pounce up there as quick as possible and catch up with these leaders as soon as they can. We'll see what they can do. Looks like Nat is the only one not queued up pretty much with the field, so the safety car should probably not last too long. So it's definitely going to be a tall ask for Bio here. Because I imagine it's probably going to be roughly about 13 to 14 laps that he's going to have to push these softs for. It's going to be a very hard to do, especially defending, because if TC and J-Mick and these boys get up on his gearbox, and he's going to have to be defending. But we will see. As Groovy is sitting very pretty, though, too, because Canadian does have them time penalties, 6 seconds, which is going to come back to bite him quite a bit in the end. Which is why it's so crucial to keep your nose clean and avoid penalties, because it always ends up coming to bite you in the end.
Did I miss anything?
No.
Okay, cool. Whew. All right, yeah. So it's gonna be going to be a mad dash, basically.
Mm-hmm.
David now up to P5.
No.
I don't know even how that's happened.
Well, him and Milky chose not to pit. So that's what I was just mentioning.
Right.
That J-Mick and TC and Rua and Gelfie, they're going to be looking, and Azure, they're going to be looking to try to pounce and get up there and get their nose back up there. Because with all them hard runners up there with 14-lap old tires, if they can make it up, yeah, if they can make it up there quick enough.
Like even J-Mick, David and Milky might be under pressure from TC and J-Mick, and yeah, I think obviously Bio is going to be trying to pounce on Groovy and Canadian.
But just like you mentioned though, at the very last stage of this race though, them softs,
they're gonna be
if they cannot hold on, them mediums could be sitting so pretty because them hards.
No, I think
they're going to be
tire,
20 laps old at that point. 24, 25 laps old.
The safer choice was definitely the mediums, which is a matter of do you have another set? Basically, were you already on the mediums? Were you not? So I think that could have played a role into this as well.
Oh, for sure.
Io is already on the mediums, so he might not have had another set to put on.
Yeah, that's why the tire allocation screen is actually important. A lot of people like to just click X through that screen, but it does mean something, though.
I think in this game, it's actually more. Last game, it was more beneficial to probably go softer for short quali, and now I think probably better to go harder. So you can maybe get an extra set of hards or an extra set of mediums.
Get a harder compound.
Yeah. There we go. So the safety car coming in.
Is ended.
Canadian
the necktie
be leading us off this time.
We've seen Groovy get good jumps from the lead, so we'll see if he's able to.
Ooh, they're very close.
Mm-hmm. Canadian.
All right, here we go. Not the best start from Groovy. Look at these softs already of Bio. He's gonna possibly be able to get this move done now.
Yeah, in a hurry. He is. He's gonna dip down to the inside already into turn one.
Yep, he's on the inside. He's gonna get this done, I think.
Super close. Yeah,
he's gonna have that move done.
Make it stick.
J-Mig not able to pounce on David quite yet. Everybody else stays in the same positions, but Bio obviously already on the back of Canadian. So we'll see. It just seems like Bio's he's almost been one step ahead of these guys. With the tire, he's been a little bit fortunate. Oh, he's almost run into the back of Canadian there. It's raining! Is it raining?
I was about to say, does
it
look
super
dark?
Drops are falling.
And
drops are falling.
Oh
drops are falling. This is gonna be
12
chaos.
Laps left. 12 laps remaining, and it is starting to rain here in Hungary.
Oh, man. So these boys on the worn hards are gonna be sliding and slipping and sliding. There's 12 laps. This is nothing like France where we only got 3. This is 12 laps of wet weather racing that we're about to get, and oh man, this is gonna be a very interesting end to this race.
So does anyone dip
Milky's dipping in now. Milky's dipping in now.
So Milky's gonna be the first one to make a choice.
Already. You look on board and it's pouring.
Yeah, no, it is. It is definitely starting to come down, looking pretty slimy out there on track.
Oh yeah, the boys are already. I'm on board with David, and he just locked up big time into turn 1.
Yeah, Gelfie does go around.
Yeah, Bio's taking the lead now from Canadian. I actually missed that, but I don't think these guys are going to be able to stay out long. Milky might be
David has a huge moment. Oh, my bad. David has a huge moment and almost went to the wall.
I missed that
moment. A beautiful save by David Chahoud there.
J-Mick steals the lead from that moment, I think.
Oh, J-Mick's spins! And he loses the wing! And he's got cars coming at him.
Oh, no. And I think this is... Oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be an insane time on this wet weather.
Yeah, so... I believe people are definitely gonna have to come in pretty soon.
Canadian getting a little bit squirrely. Oh, Groovy! Having to take to the escape road. Yeah, it's getting bad out there for sure. It looks David's locking up almost every corner.
Yeah,
Will
so yeah, they're
anybody
going so
Canadian,
cautious right
Bio
here.
and Canadian
TC.
hopping in. Groovy hopping in. David hopping into the pits. Everybody, I think, going into the pits now.
Yeah, TC, Gelfie,
Looking
TC
like
almost
Hungary
making
in
a.
real life.
Yeah, David almost spinning. Oh, they're all almost spinning going into the
Oh
pit
my
lane.
goodness. Milky doesn't have to pit. I didn't think
Oh,
about
there's
this.
wing. Did the Jour just pass? Oh, and did he just pull a Sebastian Vettel and pass cars?
Hold
going
on a
down the
minute.
pit lane there?
Hold on a minute. Where is Milky going to come out? Milky's in
Milky's
P2!
So Milky goes in early.
Milky's got a massive undercut because he went in early to put on the intermediates.
Bio keeps the lead though.
Right,
So
Bio still has a nice lead. Wow.
Wow, so 10 laps remaining, and it is slimy and grimy, and the boys are struggling out here.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, no, everybody basically on the intermediate tires now. The only person not is Routine, and he is absolutely crawling towards the pits, wishing that it was a mile earlier. But yeah, J-Mick coming out of the pits in P13 after losing his wing. Unfortunate, obviously, but I mean, he still has a chance here if something else does happen as Routine picks up a 5 second.
My telemetry seems to be a little off because it's showing me as Milky and through Groovy like within 1/10 of a second, which obviously I could tell on the track that is not
Milky's
accurate.
actually just picked up a penalty, 3-second penalty,
Oh.
but he's about 3 seconds back on Bio. So yeah, this is, I mean, I would not have expected Milky, I would not have expected for the Williams to have switched around positions here, but still, Groovy is in a really good position here. He just needs to pick up the pace a tiny bit, and he can definitely take his teammate on penalties and also Canadian on penalties and pick up a nice P2 here. But it's all about, it's in his hands right now.
So that just shows you, Milky though, that was such a brilliant call though, because David and him were not side by side, but within 1/10 of a second there. Milky decided to go ahead and dip into the pits, passes almost everybody but Bio.
I mean, that was a great decision on Milky's part. I mean, he's gonna pick up a lot of points if he can keep it on track from here on out. Yeah, that's gonna prove obviously be a very good decision.
Nat and David are having quite a battle there. They almost came together there. Nat had to slam on the brakes.
Yeah, Nat looking very racy right on the back as Tito in front of them picks up a 3-second penalty. He's right on the back of David through these slow corners. As he picks up a 3-second penalty.
Nat picks up a penalty, yeah.
It was a little bit
Definitely
too narrow. Oh, he's gonna hit the back of it. Oh.
Definitely contact there.
And these two did have contact last race, so I would obviously hope not, but maybe a little bit of bad blood boiling between the two of these two. But hopefully they can keep it clean and keep the racing going.
Yeah, Tito definitely seems to be struggling just enough to hold them back enough where Nat is trying to take advantage of it for sure, but the bad exit there and falls back.
Unable to get the move done. Obviously, no DRS in these wet times. Oh, that has a moment.
Yeah, definitely a good save there. Had to lift.
David, obviously, no penalties right now, so in a provisional P7 right now, while TC is in a provisional P5. So this could mean a tie, basically, in the championship if things were to end right now. But still 8 laps to go in this Hungarian Grand Prix. Wet now Hungarian Grand Prix.
And they are still riding so close to there.
Yeah, Bio, and I don't want to say he got saved, but wow, I mean, he's been very fortunate with the timing of safety cars and really everything, because him putting on mediums, maybe that was for the wets. We've seen that before where we don't understand the strategy choice and then it makes perfect sense. So maybe those mediums were obviously anticipating the rain, but yeah, no, just running away with it now. 3.5 seconds ahead of Milky. Doesn't look like he's gonna give that up. Oh, big lockup from Canadian, but he does make the corner.
Yes, Canadian's still trying to chase down Milky, but as David and Tito, they're super close. I think David's gonna nope, he can't make the move right there. Tito had another moment coming out of
DRS.
Yeah. Tito just getting the rear a little loose.
Not getting a little bit drifty.
Practicing his drift. Yeah, it's
right on the back of David, looking like he's actually probably got the pace advantage. Just can't get past here in the condition.
It's interesting to see the different strategies because David holds back through that middle sector through here. Seems like he pushes harder towards the end, and that's gonna try to send it once again. Gets another penalty.
Big snap of oversteer there. Yeah, penalty literally on the exact same turn, exact same curb.
But Nat pushes super hard, tries to make the move through the middle, and David waits to try to push towards more of these more open corners on Tito. So varying strategies on trying to make the overtakes in the rain.
Yeah, something to mention here. Groovy is really close to the back of Canadian, like very close. So
wow, he has definitely closed his gap.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we might be seeing it. I mean, it's gonna be Williams. It's gonna be two Williams versus one Alfa Romeo. So it'll be interesting to see here what type of maybe some team strategy we might see here. Maybe Milky is backing Canadian up into Groovy. You never know. I don't know. But it's possible. These boys are extremely competitive, so I don't put anything beyond them. We saw Joe completely giving up his quali to give David the toe last race. Or I believe it was last race. It was either last race or two races. Maybe it was at Baku.
Definitely, definitely pulled a Valtteri or a Perez. He was willing and able to give the toe.
Yeah, he gave the toe to his teammate, helped out his teammate, who's obviously in the championship battle, the drivers. So yeah, no, it wouldn't put any type of strategy from the team wouldn't really surprise me. But we'll see what happens here, because yeah, Groovy is 0.6 behind Canadian, and
yeah, so he closed up that gap quite a bit. That would
it was close. It was fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was about 2 seconds back, and then yeah, all of a sudden he's like 0.6. I mean, we've obviously seen Nat looking like he probably has the pace advantage over David, but just can't get past. Hungary is already somewhat difficult to overtake. Rain doesn't help things, that is for sure. His routine, like, unfortunately, I think he DNF'd earlier.
Yeah, I did not catch that.
I did not either, but yeah, it was like, I looked down, I was like, oh, I guess he DNF'd. But yeah, Bio still just running away with it. Now nearly 4.5 seconds in the lead. Tito picks up another penalty, so penalty's definitely going to come into play here, I would think. At least for David. David will probably get at least a position, and then Ruby and TC maybe as well, excuse me. Yeah, it looks like TC is just in that 6-second gap of Canadian.
Yeah, he's kind of fighting the little Lando Hamilton style. He's about 5.7 seconds just hanging.
Right,
just close enough.
I think he might be able to just stick inside of it, though. We'll see what in a couple laps time. Still just keeping an eye on this battle for P2, 3, and 4 between Williams and Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, they seem to be holding pat. Doesn't seem like
Canadian, no!
And he
Canadian's gone off!
to the
His
wall.
wing is gone.
He loses
His
the
wing
wing.
is gone.
And as soon as I was just about to mention his name.
He can't even turn the wheel. And
Yeah,
I saw
no,
him
he
get a little bit wiggly. So look at this. The Williams are sitting pretty right now, 2-3. And Canadian is going to have to limp back to the pits.
And
Oh!
TC's trying to get around, but he can't. Okay, he finally does kind of get
Canadian
around.
can't even really make the corners now.
And Azure, that helped Azure get right back on the back of TC.
Wow, so Canadian falling victim to the wet weather, just couldn't hold it together, loses his entire front wing on lap 31.
So once again, the Alfa Romeos were sitting so good at the beginning, and now they're just both probably gonna fall back quite a bit, because yeah, he's gonna have to limp. He's almost to pit lane now, but yeah, he's about to lose many positions though.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna lose basically all those positions. Did he go into the pits? Yeah, okay, so he's in the pits now. He's gonna lose all 3 of these positions. Prix is also gonna go past, so he's gonna probably come out in P10.
No, he goes ahead and decides to retire.
He DNFs. Oh, just an unlucky race for Canadian.
Yeah, probably figured he was not going to be able to regain points position with 3 laps remaining.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to come out in 11th, maybe even 12th behind J-Mix, so it would have been, yeah, it probably wouldn't have been too possible. But we'll see now. I mean, Ruby's going to have Milky on penalties anyway. But still, I mean, this is big for the championship. TC hopping up the board, and obviously Canadian, he's in the championship fight as well. It's going to be big for him losing out as J-Mick also retires.
I was just about and his car is still driving, so that was the interesting one.
Yeah. Oh, that is, he must have DNF'd on track. Is this caused? Okay, no, I thought I saw TC going slow. No safety car for that. Yeah, that is weird. On track, but I was about to. Okay, no, now he pulled up. Yeah, just out of the way. Now only 11 drivers remaining, 2 laps to go. I mean, this wet weather causing chaos.
Yeah, no, it's definitely brutal out there for them.
Bio probably just thinking, just keep it on track and got an easy win here.
Yeah, he's sitting almost roughly 6 seconds out in front.
Nearly 9.
It's still. Oh, with penalties, correct. Yeah, it seems like Groovy also, he kind of dropped back, so he sees the penalties, and he's just probably hang back, not going to risk.
I don't think he sees TC necessarily closing that 6.5 second gap within 2 laps, so
yeah,
they're probably just going to hang on to this 2-3. No point in fighting, that's for sure.
Yeah, with Milky having a penalty, they'll probably look to have Milky still keep the distance to try to maybe get him off podium.
He should be able to still do it, I think. TC would have
Yeah,
to
because
do
it looks like
quite a
TC
lot.
just fell back a little bit too. He was just 5 seconds. He must have just had a moment, because now he's 7.2, and Azure's right there. As Gelfie puts on the full